You know, when I look back, I was never the one that I think people expected to go on and do what I've done in my career.
Here's Harry Kane! Hat-trick again for England.
The records continue to roll.
You have to be a special player to get to 100 caps.
England's all-time record goal scorer.
Harry, if your life was a movie, what would the opening scene look like?
Oh, what a great question that is. Back then, for me personally, I just loved playing football, no matter who it was with, where it was. I just wanted to be kicking the ball, and yeah, that's where the love, grew from those moments. There was a park that I used to go and play in Chingford, probably 3 or 4 years old. We'd go over the park with my dad and my brother. Trees as the goalposts, my dad would go and goal, and me and my brother would almost just play 1v1. And yeah, that was my first, real start of football. I think anyone with an older brother knows what it's like, and whenever you're playing football, you're kicking lumps at each other really. And there was a time, I must have been maybe 6 or 7, but he had like it might have been a birthday party or some sort of gathering with all his mates. And I joined in, and I was the best player on the pitch. Yeah, that was probably the first moment, not even just for me, but maybe my parents and my brother thought actually he's a really good player here. So the older I got, the more they just put me in goal because it weren't fair me being out pitch. So I ended up just being in goal for a lot of it. It probably started when I got released from Arsenal when I was about 8 years old. I think that was my first experience of rejection, I'd say. But we was pretty calm, I had great family around me. My dad was really good in that moment, almost just said, yeah, we just go back to Ridgeway Rovers, my Sunday League team. We go and play again. We work hard, and another opportunity will come. And then yeah, that's ultimately what happened. From 11 years old, I got picked up by Spurs, and it was a lot of hard work, a lot of training behind the scenes. And then I went out on loan, had some good loans, had some bad loans, but I think all of them loans helped shape me and shape my mentality, determination to ultimately go and play at the highest level. I was a really big England fan growing up. Of course I loved club football, but I was a bigger England fan than I was club fan. 2002 was my first memories, big memories of being so excited about a tournament, watching the games. We was in school. Yeah, instead of starting with your lessons, we'd start by wheeling in the TV. This one.
David Beckham puts England in front against Argentina.
Almost like a little gathering, little assembly, and sitting around watching England play. And people like David Beckham was a huge role model of mine growing up. So loved to watch him play. But the whole team, Michael Owen.
Another shot for Michael Owen! Unbelievable!
All those players, was my first memories, and the first time I almost fell in love with watching England. Being there and watching that as a young boy, I don't think, you dream of it, but you don't expect to then be on the other side of it. So to have done that now in many tournaments is something that I'd always cherish. I remember my first camp. I was nervous coming into the camp. I just didn't really know what to expect. I'd been watching a lot of the players for a long time, like Rooney and Carrick. Coming into the camp, I was, I'm quite quiet. I always felt like on the pitch, I could always express myself. So I remember going into training and feeling really free and really confident. I'd obviously been picked for a reason, and I kind of just wanted to show what I could do. Yeah, I just remember, scoring a couple of goals off Wayne passing me the ball, and just thought, I've been watching Wayne a lot of my childhood, and now to be scoring goals from him is pretty cool. By doing that, I probably earned the respect of a lot of the players, a lot of the senior players in the team. And then once I started training, it was just getting excited for the games. playing at Wembley, playing against Lithuania, so before the game I'm just hoping that there might have been a chance that I'd get on, and I'm not sure, I think it was 3-0 when I got the nod to come on. If you watch that game back, I think the ball didn't go out for like 4 or 5 minutes. It felt like an age, so I was almost just on the sideline, just like desperate for the ball to go out. To come on for Wayne, a guy that I watched growing up and was a big fan of, was really special.
Wayne Rooney has become the youngest goal scorer.
It's Rooney!
Rooney goes for goal and finds it. It's another fabulous England goal.
Being at Wembley was really special. I got an amazing reception from the crowd. Of course, as a striker, I'm just desperate then to get a goal, and just in my head, I'm just like, give me a chance. And yeah, the goal, you know, I remember like it was yesterday with Raz just sanding that ball up, and it felt like that ball just took an age to get to me on the back post. Composed myself and was able to sneak it in there past the keeper.
Sterling teased it up for Harry Kane!
That's still one of my favourite moments in an England shirt. I just think to do that on my debut at Wembley, you know, I had my friends there, my family there, just as, you know, I dreamt it when I was young, so just a really special night.
Do you know how long it took you to score that goal?
79 seconds, is that right? Yeah, that got spoken about quite a lot after I'd done it, and for sure, I think that whole memory and that whole day was pretty incredible.
Here's Harry Kane! What a finish!
What a fabulous goal!
I loved my second World Cup goal, the last-minute header against Tunisia.
Here's a decisive delivery. Kane is at the back post, and it's there! In stoppage time!
Just the celebration from all the players, just that big bundle into the corner. I felt like I finally arrived in a major tournament. Yeah, loved that goal, and I loved the Germany header in the Euros. Yeah, big game, big knockout game against Germany. Doesn't get much bigger for us as a nation. We're 1-0 up, you know. We know a second goal will pretty much kill the game. Jack's on the left-hand side, so I kind of then think it's a better idea to go and wait in the middle and hope for the cross, and that's exactly what happened. You know, Lukey plays it to Jack. Jack gets it out his feet and plays a fantastic cross with his left.
It's Grealish, it's Kane! England have a 2-goal lead!
Yeah, the finish was pretty awkward. It was one of those, it was a bit behind me, the pace was already on the ball, so I knew it would just kind of get good contact and it would be a goal. And when that ball hit the back of the net, Wembley, even though it wasn't full because of the COVID restrictions, it was still one of the loudest I've ever heard it. So I'd probably pick them two out. My record-breaking penalty was obviously special. I think coming off the back of missing a penalty in the World Cup, my first penalty since was that Italy game.
It's Kane from the penalty spot again. And there is his immortal moment. He is England's all-time record goal scorer.
That was a great goal and another great night. You know, our first win in Italy for God knows how many years, maybe 50 years.
To level it up for England. Only Neuer stands between him and that. And again, he keeps his cool.
So I took a few penalties in my career early on at club level, and I missed 3 out of my first 4. And I was like, no, there needs to be a better way of, you know, practicing this, because, you know, I was practicing, but everything was different. Some would be a stutter, so I was like, okay, I need to come up with, you know, a routine that I can stick to every time I practice in training. I can just take that straight into the game. So I'd get the ball, I'd put the ball in the same position every time with the, you know, the little valve pointing towards the goal.
The England captain has the ball in his hands.
And then take, you know, my run up from the corner of the 6-yard box. You'll see me sometimes when I put the ball down, I'll turn and look kind of past the goal. I would do like 6 steps backwards on that line, in that diagonal line.
He scored 15 penalties in an England shirt.
And then, yeah, I will take a look at the keeper and take a deep breath. I look at the ball, take a deep breath. And then, yeah, kind of do that stutter and run into the ball.
Harry Kane, another one from the penalty spot.
I think that's been really good for me, just especially in high pressure situations, especially when you're with England in major tournaments, you know, the pressure goes up and up and up. I think when you get into that moment, the routine almost takes over. You're not thinking about the pressure, you're not thinking about winning or losing. You're just thinking about, okay, what's my process? Ball down, run up, breaths. It's really helped me take my penalties. When Gareth got in charge, the captaincy was kind of vacant, and I think just the way the squad was and kind of who was in the squad, there weren't like a clear person that was going to take over that role. I think it kind of got put down to me and Jordan, me and Hendo, you know, so I think to begin with Gareth, I'd captain one game, Jordan would captain another game. And I think Gareth just wanted to take his time on, you know, who he wanted to pick, and it was before the World Cup in 2018, catching up with the players, and then was just catching up with the manager. And to be honest, I never asked him, but I don't even know if he was planning to tell me that day or not, but we were just talking about life and talking about things, and he just said that he wants me to be his captain. So yeah, obviously the smile on my face would have been huge, and it was a really proud moment for me. I remember, you know, phoning my wife Kate and you know, my parents straight after. You always dream of playing for England growing up. Yeah, to be the captain is that little bit more. The biggest thing for us is being together. We just stick together no matter what. It was a extremely proud moment, and one that for sure I was excited by. To get to 100 is something you should be proud of. You know, it means you've done a lot of things well over the years. I think, of course, I've played in some big games with England, like 2 finals we've had. I think they're always hard to say they're great memories because we lost both, and it's like, you know, when you come so close to reaching the pinnacle of international football and you just fall short, it's a really tough pill to swallow. It's a tough one to take.
How many times is your heart gonna break?
I'm extremely proud to have gone to 2 finals with England. I mean, every major tournament I play, I love every second of. I think, you know, the pressure, the intensity, the knowing how much it means to the fans back home, bringing all the country together, and like I said, we've had some fantastic nights. I don't feel like it's coming to an end anytime soon, so for me it's just ultimately it'll be on to the next one and the next thing, and yeah, let's see how far we can get. The final scene is yet to come. Like I touched on, I hope there's a lot of success with the England team. We've been extremely close, and I think the pinnacle of any international career would be to win a major trophy, and I've still got many more years to hopefully try and make that happen. I'll do everything possible to try and make that happen, and there's still a lot to come, both with the national team and with club football, so I'm not thinking that far ahead yet, and yeah, the journey never stops. Who knows, at the end of the journey could be me kicking NFL balls in America somewhere and playing for the New England Patriots. That could be the final scene, but yeah, from a football point of view, there's still plenty of chapters to go. And who plays me in this movie? Ryan Gosling. When I was younger especially, everyone was like, oh, you look a bit like Ryan Gosling, or there's been comparisons. I mean, I'll take that all day long because, yeah, he's an absolute heartthrob. So I'm not going to complain with that one. Thank you.